500 bar. Let that sink in for a second, because most companies in this industry are still terrified to push past 300. Look, somewhere in Spain, a small team just blew the lid off what a pellet rifle is supposed to be capable of. Not a tweak, not a marketing refresh. A full-on pressure revolution that makes last year's flagship guns look like toys. Here's the thing nobody is telling you. The gap between 25 caliber and 30 caliber, it just got erased. A brand new bore size walked onto the scene to kill that argument for good. Honestly, I have torn apart every major release out of Europe this year. Sweden, the UK, Slovenia, all of it, and ranked them by one rule only. Which ones actually perform when the wind picks up and the targets get small? 5 rigs made the cut. One of them does not even play fair. Let's go. Kicking off the list at number 5, we have the BRK Ghost and its new Ghost Zero variant out of the United Kingdom. Formerly operating under the Brocock name, they stripped away the delicate electronics to build a pure mechanical bullpup. Built around a titanium-colored monocoque chassis, the structure runs solidly from the buttstock all the way to the barrel group. Diving into the mechanics, the Ghost features a 20-stage power wheel located directly behind the action. By turning this dial, you physically increase or decrease the hammer spring tension without needing any specialized tools. This lets you instantly drop from a full power hunting setup down to a low-energy pest control rig with a simple twist. Spits 30 cal lead down range with absolute authority. The high-power model utilizes a 23 or 28-inch Lothar Walther barrel to generate a massive 105 foot-pounds of energy. Breaking the shot feels like snapping a brittle icicle. Totally zero creep. When it fires, it sounds like a heavy framing nailer sinking into oak. For fast reloads, you can slap 2 magnetic magazines back to back right onto the cheek piece. That gives you up to 26 continuous shots without digging through your pockets. Honestly, here is the deal breaker. The sheer amount of exposed metal on that monocoque frame makes the ergonomics brutally cold against your face during a winter hunt. On top of that, if you opt for the budget-friendly Ghost Zero to save cash, you are forced to lug around a standard 300cc alloy air tube instead of the lightweight 480cc carbon fiber bottle. The damage to your wallet is descriptive placeholder, so be ready to pay up if you want the carbon upgrade. This is a highly capable and rugged bullpup, but wait until you see the absolute slug-slinging monster sitting at number 1. It will change everything you know about air power. Stepping up the power now, we are leaving plinker territory and getting into serious precision territory. Number 4 is the RTI Mora, out of Slovenia, and the name alone translates to nightmare. Trust me, after you see what this thing does to your group sizes, you will understand why. Highly obsessive engineering went into this rifle, starting with a one-piece milled action machined from a single block of alloy. No bolted-together sections, no seams that can work loose over time under 300 bar of internal pressure. That monolithic build adds weight. The 700mm sniper version tips the scales close to 3.8 kilos bare, but what you get back is a platform that simply refuses to flex. Under the hood, or rather, under that thick action, sits the real party trick. Dual externally adjustable regulators, staged one after another. The first stage takes the raw chaos coming off a fully charged bottle and tames it down to a stable middle ground. The second stage, working with a much smaller pressure swing to deal with, fine-tunes that air down to your exact shot pressure with almost surgical precision. That is how you kill regulator creep before it ever starts. And the proof is in the numbers. RTI Mora is putting up a standard deviation of 0.6 feet per second on the 22 cal and 1 feet per second on the 25 cal sniper build. That is not just consistent, that is borderline mechanical perfection. Pull the trigger and there is no drama to it whatsoever. Just a clean, almost surgical thud, dead consistent shot after shot, like a sewing machine stitching the same line over and over. Reach the deal breaker though, and it rotates straight into ergonomics. That nearly 4-kilo weight on the long sniper configuration is no joke. Carry this thing on a mountain shoot all day, and your shoulder will absolutely let you know about it. Now listen, I know some of you traditional firearm guys out there are rolling your eyes at a pellet gun pulling sub 1 feet per second standard deviation. Go ahead and doubt it. Sound off in the comments if you have ever shot a centerfire rifle that tight, because I am willing to bet most of you have not. Now look, I already know some of you traditional firearm guys are sitting there shaking your head, thinking there is no way an air rifle touches what a powder rifle does at distance. Sound off in the comments if you have actually put one of these European rigs to the test past 100 yards. I want to hear it, because what is coming next is going to make that argument a whole lot harder to win. Now we get into the serious hunting and precision rigs, the kind of guns that make grown men get a little misty-eyed at a gun counter. Number 3 on our list is the Daystate Blackwolf, straight out of the UK. And honestly, this thing is 50 years of British gun making distilled into one rifle. Daystate took everything that made their electronic Delta Wolf and Alpha Wolf platforms so dialed in and converted it into pure mechanical form for the purists out there who refuse to run a circuit board in their rifle. The crown jewel inside this action is the titanium valve stem. Steel valve stems carry weight, and weight means inertia, and inertia means lag. Every single time that valve has to slam open and shut. Cut that mass in half with titanium, and you get a valve that snaps shut almost instantly, sealing off the air before any of it gets wasted pushing dead space behind the pellet. Then there is the ART tensioned barrel system, and this is where it gets clever. The barrel gets threaded through a carbon sleeve and pulled taut at both ends, under real physical tension. That tension stiffens the whole assembly without piling on extra weight, killing harmonic vibration before it ever has a chance to throw your pellet offline. Throws .222 through that lockdown barrel with a smooth, almost glassy report. Somewhere between a muffled cough and a tight crack, depending on the barrel length you run. Now here is the deal breaker, and it swings over to aesthetics and build this time. With 3 different barrel lengths and 4 caliber options to choose from, the quick change barrel system is brilliant on paper, but source the wrong replacement parts secondhand, and fitment can get finicky fast. Not every aftermarket barrel drops in clean. The damage to your wallet starts around the mid-range for this rifle, depending on which stock material you go with, walnut, laminate, or the tactical chassis. And honestly, every single one of those options earns its price tag. Now we get into the serious hunting rigs, and this one is going to surprise you. Because rank 3 looks like a centerfire rifle, handles like a centerfire rifle, and at first glance, you would never guess it is running on compressed air. That is exactly the point. This is the FX DRS Mark II. The engineering genius of the DRS platform is how it hides its air supply. Instead of a bottle hanging under the barrel or a reservoir bolted behind the action, FX built the air pressure barrel system, a high-pressure tube running concentrically around the outside of the barrel liner itself. That outer sleeve acts simultaneously as your air reservoir and a rigid structural shell. The result is a bull barrel profile that looks completely conventional, while secretly storing your compressed air wrapped around the very thing it is launching projectiles through. On the Mark II, FX refined this system to allow liner swaps without degassing the main reservoir, meaning you can pull a fast twist slug liner out and drop a standard pellet liner in during the same hunting session without bleeding your air supply. The tactical variant takes the modularity even further. A patented 53cc tactical plenum fuses the fore-end rail and the mechanical center block into a single rigid chassis. Mil-spec AR buffer tube compatibility, FX UG1 pistol grip, and a bottle version that pushes total air capacity to 760 cc's, throws 30 cal slugs at 95 foot-pounds out of a 700mm barrel. Here is the deal breaker though. That air pressure barrel system is proprietary hardware. When it eventually needs service, and it will, you are not taking it to a local gunsmith. You are waiting on FX certified support, and that wait plus the parts cost will drain your wallet faster than a leaky fill probe on a cold morning. Starting price comes in under $1,000 on the classic synthetic build. That is the most accessible entry point on this entire list for genuine FX performance. Honest, accurate, and light enough to carry all day at 2.36 kilograms. We have arrived, closer to the crown than anything else on this list. Number 1, and there was never really a contest, is the Wolfiek Pandora Purse, out of Spain. Here is the deal. Every other rifle on this list is playing inside the rules of physics that the entire industry agreed on a decade ago. Pandora just torched that rulebook. We are talking a 500-bar architecture, 7,250 PSI, which is roughly double what most flagship PCPs on the market are even rated to handle. Under the laws of pressure and volume, that means double the air density packed into the same size bottle. And double the air density means an instant, brutal acceleration behind every slug. To tame that kind of force, Wolfiek built a twin-power plenum, adjustable from 150 cc's all the way up to 210 cc's, completely isolated from the barrel itself. Pressure swings inside that bottle never touch the barrel's harmonics, so your point of impact stays locked no matter how many shots deep you are into the string. Then there is the swappable dual-match valve system. Pop in the PRS valve for high-speed strings. Swap to the bench valve when you need surgical control out at 100 yards. 8-bolt barrel connection holding the whole thing together. Dead rigid, zero wasted vibration. And then there is the caliber that started a war online. 7mm Wolfiek. 25 cal flies flat but folds in the wind. 30 cal bulldozes through wind but drinks your air supply dry. 7mm splits the difference and somehow keeps the best of both. That mega slug load is still carrying over 164 foot-pounds out at 100 yards. That is a number 2. The Panthera simply cannot touch with anything in its current lineup. And where number 4, the Mora, wins on raw consistency with its dual regulator setup, Pandora answers right back with its own valve precision, while still bringing more raw horsepower to the table than the Mora ever will. Spits lead, or rather, throws slugs, with a deep, controlled crack, more like a sledgehammer striking packed earth than anything resembling a typical air rifle report. This is the gun that gives you the shot count discipline of the Daystate at number 3. But layered on top of a pressure ceiling that flat out does not exist anywhere else on this list. It takes the throne because nothing else here is even fighting in the same weight class. There you have it. The European airgun scene has officially rewritten the rulebook for 2026. We are no longer just knocking down tin cans in the backyard. These are 500-bar, titanium-valved precision machines built to absolutely dispatch game and dominate the competition line. Stop letting outdated forums tell you what compressed air can and cannot do. If you want the raw truth without the marketing fluff, lock it in right here.